Right, analysis of success of our innovation and creativity. Basically what I'm going to do is talk to you about what we did, why we did it, and was it a success leading up to the event. So firstly, what did we do, how did we get the event out there? As I said in the overview, we relied heavily on Facebook and social media just because that is what so many students use these days. Everybody knows what Facebook is. They might not be on it, everyone that you speak to, but the majority of people you ask, they will be on Facebook or have some way of getting on Facebook. So this is where we first started. We put the event on Facebook, try and generate a bit of interest like that. Keep updating it with the comedians we'd got on, what we were doing, quizzes, bingo, what sort of meals we were offering, what time it would start, stuff like that. We'd start emailing people, updating statuses, informing people that it was going to be really good, like doing a countdown, telling them when it's going to happen. And initially this was really good. We got a lot of people saying that they liked the page. Like I said, we had people saying they were going to attend, we had people saying they were maybe going to attend. We didn't have that many people saying they weren't going to come. So obviously when we first started we thought this is going to be brilliant. We relayed this back to the hubs, the Sheffield Hallam University Student Union. This is where we were going to hold the event, and they were absolutely thrilled with it. They believed just as we did that this was going to be a top night, this was going to be absolutely fantastic, it's going to be a great way for students to come, take a load off and just forget about everything, exams, money worries, deadlines, just forget about all that for just a day, because it was going to run from 4 till around 9, so the afternoon and the evening, just let them forget about it, help them relax and stuff like that. And that really worked. Obviously the problem was sealing the deal and actually selling the tickets, but we'll come to that later obviously. What else we did to try and generate some interest was actually go around campus and interview just random people in the libraries, in the Owen buildings, the Ship, all the buildings around Hallam. We even had our colleague Chris. He was up at Collegiate and he was asking people at Collegiate if they'd like to come. When we went around and interviewed these people, we also handed out questionnaires, sent people messages, and everything we got back was positive. It just seemed like we could not go wrong with this event because people wanted to come to it. Even our peers liked the idea, and they were holding other events as well, and they were like, that's really good, it's new, it's different, it's innovative, which is what we were aiming for. So we were glad when people were saying that, and we thought it boosted us confidence and it put us in the right frame of mind to just go out and absolutely nail this event. I think it kind of started to fail in the 2 to 3 weeks prior to the event, simply because we then started to realise that we've got all these people that like it. I mean, we even had volunteers from the lower level, from the lower years, wanting to help us because they love the idea of the event. But we realised we had all these people saying they liked it, they wanted to come, but they weren't actually buying tickets. So we couldn't liaise again with the hubs. We couldn't tell them how many meals that we needed. This is never obviously good, because what we could have done is said, get this many meals in, and then half of the people, like say we said, make 100 meals. If we only get 40 people in, then it would have been disastrous. That would have just been an absolute waste of money, and as it's for charity, we wanted to raise as much as we could. So for that reason alone, that was one of the main reasons we pulled the plug, because we knew we only physically sold 10 tickets, so with the possibility of getting the extra 40 people that said they were going to come on Facebook come in, we didn't want to take that risk, because if they didn't all show up, then we weren't going to make any money for the charity, and we'd have had to take money from other people's events to, counterbalance it, and that's not fair. The people have worked hard on their events, they don't want anybody taken away from that. So I think that's initially why the main reason we tried to pull the plug. But I also believe the reason people were interested but didn't buy the tickets is because there were so many events going on at that space of time. I mean, we all had events to put on, and they were all held within 3 or 4 weeks of each other. So that's obviously going to mean money worries. People aren't going to have enough money to go to every single event. Then there's deadlines for work, for university work. Then there's people actually go to, they're working at the weekends as students. And then there's exams. So people are just so stressed out. But this is why we thought, yeah, we'll get them and relieve them of that stress for a while. But it just never came to. Nobody ever came to buy a ticket. And this was one of the main things I'd change if we do it again in September. We'll still use the social media, yeah, but actually get out there, get on the radio, use other social, don't just use Facebook. I mean, a hell of a lot of people are now using MySpace, Twitter, stuff like that. Don't just limit it to one social media. Also, actually get out there ourselves and talk about it to people, have tickets on hand to sell to them, local newspapers, get them involved, get posters up around campus. I think this is a really good way that we could make it better next time. So what else did we do? I think that's it on the analysis of our innovation and creativity. I mean, we did actually go out and, like I say, have Yorkshire puddings and gravy on hand with flyers and with us and our volunteers talking to people that came, took a Yorkshire pudding, and then we said, oh yeah, this is our event, do you want to come, it's all for charity. And again, they all seemed very, very interested, but on the day they wouldn't buy the ticket, and so 2-3 days before the event we had to pull the plug because we only sold 10 tickets and we weren't that sure how many people would show up on the night. So it just seemed like the best thing to do, really.